What's up, y'all? Lately, I have been learning a whole lot about love. Got the definition of love on my shirt, repping. But yeah, I've been learning a lot about love. Love is one of my favorite subjects. Y'all already know. And I was really thinking about just one of the things about love that I've learned over time really is that love keeps no record of wrong. That's actually on my shirt down here. And so, a lot of times, I think most people know at this point. Well, I ain't gonna say most people know, but I think at a certain level of maturity, you understand if you're going to be in a successful relationship of any kind, particularly romantic relationships, I think even with friends and family, is that you can't really do it while you're always like bringing up the past mistakes that a person made, and especially like in arguments, like if you're arguing, you can't just be like, oh, well, you remember when you did such and such. Like, not if you're gonna be fair, not if you really want to operate in like what love really is, and you really want to have a peaceful, happy, loving relationship. You just can't do that. And that's kind of like, okay, yeah, I get that message, no problem. But I thought about it in a different way. This past week, I was just kind of thinking about some things, like I said, that I have been learning about love, and I kind of got this revelation, like, that I know for me, I'm not really a person that's really big on arguing and going back and forth with people anyway. I just, either we're gonna do this or we not. Like, it is what it is. But at the same time, for me, sometimes when you have a disagreement or whatever the case may be, I'm watching the road at the same time. I'm recording, so I know my eyeballs are like everywhere. But because I am driving. But anyway, so so that's what I was saying. So say like you have a disagreement with somebody, where it's not even a matter of like an argument or whatever. You just might have a difference of opinion, like, and a different way of seeing things. And sometimes, somebody very important to me, they one thing that I live by, that I learned from them, is that you got to give up the right to be right in relationships. And that's really, really ultimately true. But it's just not always bickering. Sometimes it's just in conversation. I know for me, I be waiting sometimes for people to see it my way, because I be right a lot. I be waiting for people to see it my way so I can kind of gloat about it, and not necessarily in what I thought was being negative or being mean or being argumentative, but it's just like, okay, once they see it my way, then I can be like, yeah, see, this was right, and just remind them how right I was. And not only that, but for me personally, it's like after dealing with certain issues and certain things for extended periods of time, it's like I just want my justice. I want people to see, like I want to be able to remind them constantly, like every time, like, just because I had to live with you treating me a certain way or thinking about me a certain way or whatever for a long period of time. So now that you see it my way, I'm going to constantly remind you of everything I had to deal with throughout the time while I was waiting for you to get it right. And I kind of got this revelation that that's not really the way to go. Like in a relationship, like how you gonna be, you could be spending that time loving each other, fellowshipping, whatever the case may be, hugging, kissing, making love, or expressing love, whatever the case, whatever you want to call it. Like, you could be using that time more wisely rather than taking that time to say, see there, I was right, and you made me go through this, that, and the third, and just constantly, I think had a list in my head of things and people that I just wanted to like be like, okay, you remember that time you were wrong and I was right, and I just gave up the right to be right for this long amount of time, and you know, like just constantly bringing it back and reliving it the way that it was in the past, rather than embracing what it's going to be, you know, in that moment. So that was something that I thought was really cool. It was really noteworthy to share, and I really think it's great preparation for where God is taking me and what's next in my life, because I can't be wasting time worrying about yesterday and the past. Like, you have to really like get all of that stuff out and just get as much of it out as possible anyway, as humanly possible, you know, to prepare to embrace love, you know, whether it be, like I said, actual romantic relationships, which is kind of the focal point, but even with friends and family, you know, it's important to just focus on where you are right now, instead of going back and saying, you know, I was right all this time and I had to deal with it, so now I want to remind you, slick, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'm over my recording time anyway, so thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments and ideas. I'm still looking for more ideas for what y'all might want me to vlog about, so holla at your girl. Bye.